It was a sunny morning when I once again opened the GuideU app to continue my exploration of the charming alleys of the old town. With the headphones in place and curiosity and XXL-Tour Gamla Stan as my guide, I started today's walk at Järntorget, once the heart of Stockholm's hardware store. Here, the app told about how the square was a central place for trade and meetings during the Middle Ages. I continued toward Skeppsbron, where the app painted a picture of how this quay was a busy harbour during the time of the Great Power and where the royal ship Vasa was moored on August 10, 1628. From here she cast off for her snowy short journey. Skeppsbron was a place where ships from all over the world docked, and I could almost hear the roar of sailors and merchants filling the air. At Stockholm Cathedral, I heard about its importance over the centuries. The app told me about royal weddings and coronations that had taken place here, and I could feel the wings of history as I stood in front of the impressive building. The next stop was the House of Nobility, where the nobility once gathered to discuss the affairs of the kingdom. The GuideU app described how the building is a monument to Sweden's time as a great power and the influence of the nobility. I could almost see the elegant carriages that once rolled along the street outside. I walked on back to Riddarholmen, an island filled with historic buildings and monuments. Here the app told me about the Riddarholm Church, which I wanted to return to and see inside, among other things to look at the coats of arms of the Knights of the Seraphim. Many of Sweden's kings and queens are also buried there. The church's Gothic architecture and quiet atmosphere provided a sense of reverence and respect. After exploring Riddarholmen, I made my way to the Bondeska Palace, one of the best preserved Baroque buildings in Stockholm. The app painted a picture of how the palace was once home to one of the city's most influential families and how it now functions as part of the Supreme Court. I ended today's walk at Kornhamns Torg, which is the last stop on the XXL Old Town tour. Here I got the results of the 24 quiz questions I answered on the hike. From here I could also watch the change of Slussen, a place that has undergone many changes over the years. Here, GuideU told us about the area's history, from being an important trading post to today's modern reconstructions. I stopped and enjoyed the view of the water and the city skyline and reflected on the rich history I had learned during the day. With GuideU, every walk becomes a living history lesson, where every place carries a story and every story sparks new thoughts. The old town continues to fascinate with its hidden treasures and historical wings. Tomorrow I might explore another part of Stockholm, even if I have another 30 stops in the app to explore. The magic of the old town will always remain in my heart. Why not do your own hike with GuideU app? Hope you also have a fantastic walking tour in the old town.